Oh, that's a nice beat. Oh, that's a nice beat. Didn't update. Oh, snap. Forgot to update the name of the stream. Name of the stream. Didn't update this screen. Gotta get mean. Restreamo. That's a T, yo. Just gotta log in. Oh, come on now. Why don't you remember me? Log in. Oh my god. Which one of these pictures is fire hydrants? Which one of these pictures has led me to my stream? Oh. Which is cross... Oh, there's too many crosswalks. Verify already. Updated. Where's my chat window? Open. Ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to go? Let's do a test. Test to go. Test complete. Landed on our feet. Ready to start. Howdy, Nelly, Nelly, Nelly. Howdy indeed. Alright. Shim that in there. Perfect. Alright, New Ripley. You ready to do this? New Ripley? Hey, New Ripley. How's it going? You got your little tablet there, ready to start all the show and stuff? You ready? Oh, you're so shy now. I love it. All right. Hello, Patty Prue and the whole Patty crew. Let's get some New Ripley and see what she can do. Play the intro. Oh, first, Ripley, turn off pretzels. Good job. Sayosaurus. Excellent. We've got a dinosaur that can talk. Intro. And then we'll rock. That was a pretty seamless cut, Rips. Have to say. Real nice.
5 stars. Tell your friends, and tell your hot mom. There's no such thing as grownups.com.
Out of the way, old Ripley. Nobody needs you and your nonsense. Such an old Ripley. Check 1, 2. Seems pretty much in sync. Am I looking the right direction? You're not even looking at me anyway. Anyway, yeah. Ripley's got a little more professional. She's got a little shirt. So that's pretty fun. Ghostbuster shirt today. Space Goaty's favorite. And right off the bat, before we start anything, my name is Curtis, of course. This is Milo. Hey, what's up? I'm over here. I've got a mustache. Everything is top fella cool. Back to you. Thanks, Cartoon Milo. We usually get into market stories a little later. And first we just talk about, I don't know, random whatever we're going to do. But right away, went to the Truro Market. Come on down to the Truro Market on Saturdays. Usually I have whatever I draw here for sale. and more and more. And I've tag teamed with Nelly with the table, so I've technically got even more artsy, well thought out stuff as opposed to my nonsense that's just fun nonsense. But at the market this Saturday, a lady comes up and is like, this is great, I love it, this is great. Like, awesome, lady, thanks. But anyway, I'm not going to buy any of this stuff. But I was like, anyway, yeah, you can take a postcard if you want. Like, that's great. Like, what's this all about? Like, I do a podcast, do a stream, do things, drop pictures, etc. And the lady's like, oh, that's, like, I have a child. Okay. Don't care. What? My child. He or she, they are getting into drawing. They're drawing all the time. That's their thing, is drawing. So would this be good for them? Like, I don't know. Not the podcast. That's just where I talk about the problems of the world. But on YouTube, I just draw stuff. I draw this stuff pointing at mostly sexy pictures of dinosaurs and Marios with their shirts off. And a Mega Man with like just a pair of pants and his gun arm. So in my head, it was like, well, this is what I do clearly. So I don't explain that, right? And she was like, all right, cool. So the YouTube is good. Like, yeah, the YouTube's clean. There's no swearing on the YouTube, but I don't know. And I'm positive I said last week, somebody did show up and just start typing the N-word in. And she was kind of like, haha, that's the internet for you. And she's like, anyway, maybe I'll let my kid know. Hey, are you like a 10-year-old kid? And your mom said this is a great idea. If she's not watching this with you to help parentally guide you, help you PG through this, then go watch anything else. If you want to learn how to draw, Google drawing tips, drawing tutorials, the word drawing, sketching, pencils, whatever. We're going to draw, we're going to talk about things, but I don't think it's stuff that's going to entertain a 10-year-old. I don't think it's going to be stuff that's going to entertain a 10-year-old. But what about this cartoon cat over here? I'm pretty sure I entertain everybody. I got this little hat on, put on my special tie. I mean, come on now. If it's not a great time, I'm not saying that a 10-year-old wouldn't love this stuff. I'm saying that this is all of my 10-year-old stuff brought up to old man level where we hang out and I let, a cat take care of things like, hey, good morning, Ripley. Oh man, I love the new Ripley. You're great. You're just so great. It's great. Look at you, your little shirt, your little iPad. You got your green screen. Anything's possible in this room. Nothing really. What's going on? Nothing here is real. Is that what you're about to say? That's what I was going to say, but I pressed the wrong camera button. This is all. I've got 2 milk crates, and that's about it. And the rest, it's all just painted green. It's just a green room with some milk crates. I got no furniture, and I've just been making up characters. Now, anyway, today I'm thinking we're gonna do some more market art, and the market demands sexy topless dudes. That's what the market's looking for. And when I say the market, I mean the Truro Farmers Market. If you go down to Truro today, no need to go in disguise. Exactly. Nellie's 10-year-old can't watch this, so other lady, your 10-year-old can't watch this. Hi, Bram. I know you're secretly watching this from behind the couch. So I'm thinking, when I did Sexy Mega Man the other day, the other option was going to be Sexy Steve. Steve who? Steve who? Let's find out. First, we'll lay down some structure, of course, and just start drawing. And of course, we go to the drawing camera, cause that's responsible. Feels extra tilty. Can we do a little bit of de-tilting? A little untilting. There we go. That's how you do it. Put your back into it. So, of course, Nellie is a Minecraft nerd, so she knows who Steve is. I don't know who Steve is. Seriously? Alright, let's bend it this way. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts, Bruce Wayne. I don't remember when I found out that Minecraft Steve's name was Steve, but one day I did. And Sayosaurus is saying Steve. So that's 2 votes for Steve. And This is just structure of where the head will go. His head will not be a human head. I was just gonna say, your votes are meaningless. I've already started and past the point of no return. I'm just gonna start pretty light, real quick, just to get some quick structure, and then we'll start building in on that. And like always, every time, way too far to the left, way too far to the left. I don't know what a Herobrine is. Let me tell you a story about what I think Herobrine is, and then I assume clearly it's probably another Minecraft character. But to me, the name Herobrine, and this is a fun game you can play with a 10-year-old. Nellie's little kid, while we were doing art club the other day, was like, "Hey, do you know what this Pokemon looks like?" And no is the answer to all of them except for like the original 7. And I mean, I know there was more than 7 to start with. I don't know who any of those are, but I only know a handful of Pokemon, and even those ones, I don't remember what most of them look like. So, regardless, he's just going through this book of like 1,000 Pokemon or 745 Pokemon and just giving us the names. And then, because, you know, I'm an idiot, instead of just going, I don't know, I have no idea. How would I have any idea what that thing looks like? Instead, trying to Voltron those words together in my head and figure out like what would that thing be? What would a, I don't know, slappy fish look like? Like, I'm gonna guess, you know, big crazy slapping hands and a fish body. There's no slappy fish, I don't think. Pretty sure I just made that up. But most of the words were like that, and all the new Pokemon, they suck. New Pokemon suck. They're not adorable, like based on super adorable little animals like the original Pokemon. They're all dragons. Like, they're mostly all dragons. Some of them are fun and still different and super interesting, but none of them compare to those originals. And they're too elaborate. They're too crazy, and I can't guess. Like, none of these I could guess any of the names or what they could represent, especially when it was like, oh, that one's an ice dragon. Well, I don't know from ice dragons. I know the Rat-a-tat guy is a rat, or whatever his name is. Jigglypuff. I don't know what Jigglypuff is, but it's like a little planty type thing. Clefairy. That's a Pokemon name that I remember. Clefairy. Bulbasaur. It's like a plant bulb, but also a weird little dinosaur with tentacles. It's like the Omega Red of Pokemon. It's kind of the best one. And then, of course, Squirtle. It's like a turtle that squirts water. Easy to ascertain what that means. No big deal. Pikachu, of course, rhymes with electrocute you. So, of course, it's some sort of weird, I want to say squirrel, but it's not a squirrel. What is Pikachu? Anyway, pocket monsters. So, I segued myself out of whatever the F it was I was just talking about there by drifting over into Pokemon. I was maybe going to talk about the first Animaritime convention that I went to. I don't know much about anime, as you can clearly see. That's all I know. Last week, I think it was, or maybe the week before, we talked about Attack on Titan and One Punch Man, and that's about it. That's about it. I mean, those are the only ones that I've watched either repeatedly. In the case of One Punch Man, I've watched season 1,000 times, and Katie Hunter Maple mentioned me in their story. That's a market story we'll get to. But yeah, first Animaritime was like, we do not belong here at all. We do not belong here at all. I don't understand what anybody's saying or wearing or doing. Good. We're gonna get kicked out of here. We're gonna get laughed at. Somebody's gonna throw ninja stars at us or something, right? Like this is. Oh, Hero Brian is a mouse. Okay. Is it a Pokemon? So at the first Animaritime, sitting there chilling. Did know some people around us, so it wasn't so confusing. We're just like, you're selling weird comics that have nothing to do with anime, right? You don't fit in like us. And they were just like, yeah, it's cool. You don't have to fit in here. Everybody doesn't fit in, which makes everyone fit in. Like, is this the greatest place ever? It's like, yeah, it kind of is, especially if you have a table that you can hide behind and sell things from. Like, perfect. This is going to be great. So, hung out, selling stuff. Got to know CK. I don't know if she has she definitely has a last name, but she actually lives in Truro. I don't know if she still does, but I've run into her. I was like, hey, what are you doing here? Like, I live here now. But she's like a designer, graphic designer, makes comics and stuff. And I feel like I should be able to reach out and pick up. Nope, that is instructions. That's a Detective Comics. Nope, no CK Comics within reach. But somewhere in this apartment there is some CK Comics. So, she was sitting next to us, so I was just like, I'm scared. And she was like, yeah, everyone's scared. It's okay, don't worry. So she was a nice Animaritime guide. Made everything a little less terrifying. And eventually, people just weren't that terrifying. Oh man, I gotta see what this is. Oh wow, it's this. Katie Hunter Maple. They make all the maple syrup here in town. Uh-oh. Run with us. We have everything you need. Loading up our chat feed. Goo, 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 goo. When the darkness falls, leaving a spinning circle of loading. Don't be afraid. You're not alone. Okay, there we go. Little raccoons interlude, as we often do. Oh, snaps McGee. So, before we go back to the market, original market, Animaritime, anime convention. Why did I pick this drawing? These complicated fingers. All right. So eventually, everyone's super nice. Other than first minute of the convention was, all right, we're opening the doors. Doors are gonna open. Everyone prepared. Like hold, release. And, you know, a pretty good throng of people start flowing in these three doors. And we're like right at the end pretty much. Like there's, you know, one table and then our table with mostly pictures of this cat at this point. It was like a comic of him and mostly just Milo paintings. Lots and lots of Milo paintings and like 2 or 3 Ninja Turtle things and nothing remotely anime. First group of nerds walks right up to our table and no other table. Like 3, I'm going to say 3, maybe 4 people. I'm going to maybe stick with 3. Seems a little less grandiose. They walk up, they look straight at the table as if we're not real human beings and just go, nope. And then they turned around completely and just went the other way. Like there's 100 other tables if you walk past us. But they decided to like take the long way around, I guess, or just go, yeah, we're not buying anything. If this is what Anime Maritime's all about, no, we're not here for dumb white people cat pictures. Nope. And I'm just like, I just got noped. This is like 2 years before noping is even a thing. These little nerd kids are over here inventing noping, and I'm the nopey. So whatever. That part still hilarious. Doesn't matter. Did pretty good. Maybe broke even. I don't know. Don't care anymore. But this guy shows up who reminds me of a young Dave. Now, none of you know who Dave is. I can't even remember what Dave's last name was. But I hadn't seen that particular Dave in about, 1,000 years. Even if I did see him right now, today, I probably wouldn't recognize him at all. Because, here's a fun little story. This isn't a fun story. Should I say this? Probably shouldn't say this. College ended, and no, never mind. All right, let's try it this way. I just tried to reformulate it in my head. This dude, super skinny guy, basically like, hey, there's like the taller version of Curtis. Even at the time, it was like, hey, Curtis, imagine if you were that skinny. Like, what? Aren't I already? No, you're not. Like, you're in college and you've been eating nothing but chips all the time and pizza. You are right. So, like, super skinny guy, just bones. Just Jack Skellington-ing around like a little Jack Skellington. Move away. I move away. Come back for a visit. I'm going to say 3 months. I'm going to say 3 months later. And this Jack Skellington is huge. And I mean, of course, my first reaction is like, whoa! Is this a thing that's possible? You're kind of huge. Like, what? No, yeah, I've been really working out. Like, I know. Like, working out and stuff. You got your workout buddies. And those guys were huge. Those guys were all huge to start. It's hard to sex up Jack Skellington. But you were tiny, and now your neck is as big as my torso. I don't know much about working up. I don't know a whole lot about working out. I've gone to the gym more than 2 times in a row, more than 5 times in a row, maybe even like a few days a week for 3 or 4 months, and mostly still look like this. Now, the funny thing that you learn with, the presidency in the current United States, the Seinfeld sitcom that's going on there, where, we all know that when somebody immediately says an excuse for a thing that you didn't yet accuse them of, that's the thing that they did, because it's just like, I didn't even accuse you of that. But it was just like, hey, yeah, just working out, no steroids at all. This isn't even steroids. Like, did that vein right here just say this isn't even steroids, or was that your mouth? Because I think that vein is is that vein talking to me? That vein is talking to me, and so is that one. And wow, how many months has it been? Cool. Yeah, cool. And then at a certain point, a few minutes later, I want to say, Wicked flew off the handle at the way my face is and how it reacts to people when they're lying. And I'm just like, all right, cool, yeah. I don't know much about steroids, but That's definitely not steroids. Like, totally believe you. Like, oh, like you gotta believe me. Like, might be basing a lot of this on the Jim Henson Dinosaurs show. But that's what the older son. That's how he reacted to simple things when he was on whatever whatever their thing was, their equivalent to steroids on that show, when it was like an after school special about steroids. And I'm just like, man, don't take steroids, because you can't seem to handle just working out without flipping out. So definitely don't do steroids then. And people who aren't on steroids do not appreciate my hilarious brand of nonsense. Seriously, are you watching right now, Keegan McCool, whatever your real name is? So anyway, that's not what the story was about. So this guy that reminds me of that other guy, whose name I said, which doesn't help me cover up anything. So forget any of that. So this other guy, he's I don't know how this happened. I have zero idea. It was like do. He's standing in front of the table. Blah 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 blah. Hey, cool. You like what we do? I've made you laugh. We're your hero all of a sudden. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I think possibly bringing up the shrinkage might have been one of the things that set him off as well. Even though, like, but you don't have anything to worry about. Like, yeah, I don't. It doesn't even really happen, but maybe it does. Like, yeah. No, I've been to high school, and I fully heard guys in my class talking about, like, nah, it's real. It shrank. Oh, geez, but look at my muscles. All right, cool. Local Nova Scotian football is probably gonna be a thing soon, and this will all work out. This weird fake muscle building. Those guys all have great lives now. But yeah, so he was like just kind of hanging out at our table for a bit. Super nice guy, super fun. He eventually brought somebody else, like, hey, this is my other friend, like Terry, like, hey, awesome, like, these guys are super funny, like, okay, cool. Anyway, I don't know, this is just me talking out of nervousness. What's up, guys? Like, nothing, just enjoying the con. All right, cool. This figure goes there, that figure goes there, this figure goes here, and then 1, 2, 3. Don't be afraid. You're not alone. Ugh, really messed up this hand. But see if we can fix it with ink and figure out what any of that nonsense is. Oh, Patrick. So then, eventually, dude comes back and he's at the table, but he's got a box on his head. And I'm just like, what's going on? Like, as a kid, I used to think, like, oh, these rubber masks are amazing, but they're still not movie magic quality. And on this particular conventioning is when I learned about, hey, everything's just cardboard now. We're just making cardboard stuff that people can just stick to their face, and that's more than enough. Hey, you want a mask? Here you go. It's a flat piece of cardboard with somebody printed something on. Like, this. Should I be making these? And yeah, maybe I made a bunch of Milo paper cutout things that you can cut out and fold yourself into a little Milo action figure. But beyond that, it was a box, which, I mean, everybody's seen it by now. This was like 10 years ago. With I think one of them had Minecraft Steve, and the other one had a feel like the name should be in my head somewhere, but one of the bush people that looks like a bush. I guess they're zombies. I don't know. I mean, my head is just like, hey, I guess the bushes get up and start walking around in this game. Never played it. Tried to watch people play it. Got bored to tears. Excuse me. Why won't this go away? What the what? Oh, wow. So, did I close the thing again? No. I'm on the big creeper. There we go. I know somebody would remember. Over at Keegan's house, they're watching me on like the TV on like a 52-inch or something. Hi guys, I'm your whole living room right now. That's weird. It's wicked weird. It's super weird. Everyone's a little bit weird. Anyway, tell me more about Minecraft. Tell me more about how much you don't know about Minecraft and about cardboard boxes. Do you have any more clever cardboard box stories? Those are real great. Everyone super enjoys them. No, seriously, keep going with that. Don't. But yeah. So I just remember it's just like that's Steve, and I'm like, your explanation just got worse. Like I don't know what Minecraft is at this point, and it's Steve. You're my boss, Steve, the guy who doesn't wear underwear and wears leather pants. That's Steve. Oh my god, an avocado shake has got me on a 55-inch TV. We're gonna start calling this show 55-inch. Say a Sora, say an Enderman. Saying out things as fast as you can. Enderman, Enderman. C-L. Oh, alright, Steven. Do. Avocado shake and Mike Drake watching me go nuts on their TV. So that was it. Sorry, Milo was right. It's not a story. It's not a story. I'm not doing. This isn't a test. This isn't a test. Hero Brian is some sort of mouse. I don't know. From Minecraft? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, the other thing I was going to say was Hero Brian to me would be, he's Evil Steve. Evil Steve. Well, maybe I am drawing Evil Steve then, because all the pictures I look at of Steve, I'm like, does Steve have a goatee, or is that his mouth and this is his nose? Because some people draw him as without a nose, or / build him without a nose, and some people give him the mouth and a nose. So I don't know. I'm gonna do the one that looks like it's kind of a goatee and no nose, I think. But in my head, yeah, Hero Brian to me would be honestly, I'm picturing just like a bucket of like fish brine, of like sea monkey juice, with a face on it. But that's the hero. Like, who saved us? Was it Saitama? No, Saitama was busy in Sector 40. It was Hero Brine. Hero Brine was here. Sloshing and blooshing his bucket of justice juice. And all the bad guys went, ew, maybe not. No more crime today. Thanks, Hero Brine. You're not the hero we like to smell, but you're the hero we need. How do I make these go away? There we go. All right. And Keegan wants us to know he's on a 65-inch. And Foxotic says poop. All right, anyway. This Steve has pupils. And that's right. We're not doing sexy human Steve head. We're doing regular Steve head on sexy body. And Foxotic says poop, 'cause he's in the loop and he knows when it's time to shoop, shoop, shoopity-doo. All right, let's skip over all that stuff. Let's jump right ahead to something else. Ripley, do we have? We need to make some transitions, Ripley. We need to make some transitions real soon. I color coded my buttons. Yeah. No, that's great. But I mean, I want to be able to be like, hey, let's flip flop over to that thing, and then like a Transformers logo, just like Foxotic has them on his. He's got cool transitions. Let's do that. And I mean, I've only got like, really maybe 3 more buttons I can use on this, and I think one of them could be a transition. So if you could get that set up, Sweet Angel. Yeah. Write it all down. Do whatever you got to do. That's awesome. See? Added all kinds of things. Now I got everything I need. We've got our screen that's filming this thing. I've got too many cameras. Yeah, there's a Cubed Earther shirt on society6.com/NoSuchThingAsGrownups. I believe there's a link at NoSuchThingAsGrownups.com there where it says a few different shirts that say Cubed Earth, partially fully swiped from Foxotic when I was telling him my idea, and he was like, oh yeah, do a cubed one, and I'm like, great idea, stolen. So you guys can go purchase those, wear them. I believe there's stickers as well. But moving along, back to the market, the thing I always talk about. A few tables over this particular week, they're always moving around. Was across from Katie Hunter Maple. Like I said, they make all the maple products here in town. Maple sugar, maple butter, maple syrup. I don't know what else. But Keegan McCool told me about all of his jobs, and he does like 100 different things, and that's too many things. It's too many things. But last week before, whatever it was, we talked about Sexy Mario 100 times. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I hate the design of Steve. Like, when he's all pixelated, it looks kind of fun, but just seeing straight up flat colors, 8-bitish style, sucks. So Keegan comes over, he buys Sexy Mario, as I said, then he was like, hey, is there a Sexy Luigi? And I'm like, there was, but it's in some rando's house now. But there will be another Skywalker, there will be another. And then there was. So being the puppet master that I am, I was like, boop, 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 boop. Hey, Instagram. Keegan was like, I wish there was a Luigi with no shirt on. And I'm like, and now there is. Wish granted. Tag him and just wait for him to come to me. You know how I do. That market life. But he was busy talking to the soap lady or the bath bomb lady the whole time with the bath bomb lady, not checking his Instagrams. Instagram life is going by instantly. That's why they call it that. And what is going on with all these murderous cat icons? A moat battle going on. So he didn't look, so I walked over and was like, hey, check your Instagram. And then faded off into the darkness, or whatever. Walked 4 feet away to my table. And where's my markers? That's a 3. We need a 5. Because that don't jive. If it's too thin, you can't win. When you're trying to ink up your crazy Steve sin. So whatever. I'm like, messaged me like, yes, sold, it's mine. Like, yeah, I know, it's a trap. It's, Admiral Akbar and you over here all day long. But then, through the air, across the ocean, first time ever, I get two messages. One that's like, yes, Luigi is sold. But a second one is like, from over here, you know what I can see? I can see a Skeletor lifting weights with all of his Skeletron muscles. And that's also mine now. Purchased. And I'm like, yeah. Cool. And then he explains to me, like, here's where it all is. Like, here's what? Like, in the closet, there's like, this is where all your art is. And then in the bathroom, there's the other art over there. And it's like, thanks, Pope. You're my Pope. And then away I go. I didn't say that to him. I said that to Nellie later. Like, awesome, I got a new Pope. And she was like, I'm going to assume that you said the word Pope. I'm not going to, I'm not going to cause trouble. That's fine. You're crazy and you say crazy things. I will allow it. Carry on being crazy. And I was like, no, the Pope. And I'm Michelangelo. Hey, nunchucks. Like, the Pope is all like, Michelangelo? I need a new art on my ceiling over here, Michelangelo. And Michelangelo was like, yes, party dude. And he paints those things. For a while, Renu was my Pope. And Renu would send me a message like every few weeks, hey, we're doing another thing at the restaurant. Draw the whole family again, doing this different restaurant thing at the restaurant. Like, all right, cool, Pope. Nope, no big deal. That's what Michelangelo da Vinci's are for. I got your back, Pope. I got your back. Definitely not enough fingers here. Let's pretend everything's fine. Oh, no. I don't want to be a Pope. But I did, if you guys follow Milo's Instagram, which is the Instagram that I use, I don't use the no such thing as grown-ups Instagram. Once again, someday I should take it back over and use it. But my Instagram is handsomest Milo. He's the handsomest cat in the world. That's his Instagram. And for a while, when the Pope, I believe it was when the Pope quit. And so for like the first time ever, they were like, what? There's just no Pope and somebody has to run for Pope now, I guess? So every day for, I don't know, a little while, longer than anybody should, I would make a different Milo for Pope poster. Mostly I was making the same Barack Obama Hope poster, except it was Milo and it said Pope, excuse me. And I would put that up on Facebook and Instagram all the time. And try to get my imaginary cat to be Pope. Not just of Chili Town, but of the world. But that's about it for that. The only other place that I really have there's a shrine to me and other people, but I know that I have a good chunk of wall space is at El Huapo's living room. There's a good handful of pictures of animals and family members that I've drawn on their wall. And at Space Goonie and Pat's house, just randomly through shelves. Well, maybe on the wall. I think mostly on shelves. I'm just like, oh yeah, I drew that. That's weird sometimes. Just making everybody my pope, I guess, really. All right, what other weirdness? What other weirdness? I don't know. This isn't, again, this is totally not a story. Maybe I'll try to turn it into a theme song. But we all know here how, hey, every Tuesday at 8:30, I turn on the internet and I just start talking. Most of the time. I really have nothing specifically to talk about. Today, I definitely had something specifically to talk about. Didn't write it down, forgotten what it is. Maybe I talked about it, maybe I will talk about it. Pretty sure, haven't thought of it. Gross. Might go off. Do creepers explode? Do creepers explode? Everything explodes. So, I don't like chili. That's all I can say about chili. Sorry to break your heart. Not into beans. Not into beans. I think it was Saturday after the market. I was like, all right, before I go home, I'm going to get some stuff ready for the next market. I meant to, or was it that day? No, it was the day before. It was Friday, and it was like, I'm going to get some stuff and get ready for the market. So ran over to Walmart, figured, why not? I'll just get everything in one place, Walmart it out. Get in, and they didn't have any of the stuff. And I realized, oh, it was Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire is where I saw this stuff. I got to go to Canadian Tire. No big deal. It's still early. Plenty of time to get to Canadian Tire. I am starving, so I'm real quick gonna run into McDonald's, grab a little bit of food, and I don't know, maybe shove something into my mouth, and then get a haircut, and then I still have so much time to get to Canadian Tire. Oh, avocado shake sent. And no. What was this? Ah, the creeper. See, that is also what I think about when I hear the word creeper normally. Avocado Shake just sent a gif of the creeper. She's like, that's my creeper, which is from Batman, who was a very odd character that I still to this day don't understand. But anyway, go to Walmart, didn't have the stuff. Jam a good fistful of stuff into my face and just think, haircut. My hair's pretty short anyway. This is only going to take a few minutes. I'll get a quick haircut. My food will probably still be warm, and we'll be good to go. Rachu XD, how do you be? Now, this is I don't know, the interesting part, the funny part, the weird part. I'm trying to remember the numbers exactly. I go up to the haircutting place at 7:30. I think that's about right. Either 7 or 7:30. No, I think it might have been around 7. Whatever it was, I still had plenty of time before they closed. They closed at 8. So I had an hour. My haircut only takes 10, 15 minutes. There's no customers. There's no customers. So this is going to work out fine. Work out perfectly fine. There's no line. Nothing to think about. Everything's okay. No, that's not how anything ever works. Whenever something is straightforward and simple, then that's when it's going to be a mess. What are you ever going to learn? It's so obvious, so easy. Just if there's no, just turn around. Just hashtag turn around. Couldn't find the button. But yeah, that crossed my mind where it was like, all right, it seems a little too easy. It's a little too rough, and I could tell that the two haircutting ladies that were there were the ones that I do talk to the most. The ones that specifically are like, hey, it's you again. What's going on at your apartment? Tell us your stories. And I walk in, and one lady's kind of turning away. She turns her chair, and they both look at me, and the lady who's sitting her down goes, oh, hey. Like, how's your apartment building? How are the crazies? And like, all right, yeah, it is you then. It is you. Again, this is going to be fine. Like, all the quicker. They like me. They're just going to cut my hair, and away we go. So we start talking, and I'm just basically like, yeah, honestly, kind of nothing. Went sick for a week. I didn't move much. The biggest weirdness is the dogs that live around me. Always. There's always a dog somewhere. It doesn't matter where you move, where you go. There's either a dog already there, somebody brings a dog in, or whatever. There's always a dog, and it's always upset about everything and just not loved enough, and it hates me for it. Whether I have access to that dog or not. I just blame myself. I'm sorry. Sorry, many dogs that live next door. Is her boyfriend's dog over there now? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I just know that they don't stop. Sometimes they just don't stop. And I go crazy. I don't go crazy. I do the stream. They were doing it earlier. They always do it as soon as I start setting up for the stream. Not because I make a bunch of noise, but because dogs. From there, we start to talk about anything and everything for a bit. Eventually, start getting my hair cut. Haircut's done. Still talking about anything and everything. And again, I know it's 99% of the time it's me. It's fully me. I actually have somewhere to go now. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to waste hours of somebody's time. I'm not, doing the thing where I just keep talking. I'm just like, oh yeah. And I'm, like, whatever. It doesn't matter. I either still have time, or if I don't make it to Canadian Tire, who cares? It's not a big deal. I'll go after the market. And that's what I did. Because when I finally left, got in my car, crammed some more cold McDonald's in my face before not going to Canadian Tire. I still went to Canadian Tire to see, hey, maybe it's open till like 9:30 or 10. I don't know, because it was 9 o'clock. It was like after 9 o'clock. The haircutting place closes at 8. And I like my hands on the door, like waiting to leave. The other lady turns the light off, like click. Am I in here? Am I just in here now? Do you guys own me? What's happening? What's gonna happen? Can I leave? But again, nothing like we're just out. Great time. Just the same way. It's just like, hey, it's hard to leave a party sometimes. when you're just mid-conversation. And these guys were loving having good conversation. I don't know. There's just like, oh, this is great. We love talking to you. Like, all right, cool. I can just leave. No, that's fine. All right, let's talk about your kids and Halloween and trucks. I don't know. Let's talk about it all. And we did. So an hour after the place closed, I left. Proving that when I approach a business that is like 2 minutes, 4 minutes, especially 20 minutes from closing, and they're like, ugh, sorry, click, 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 we're closing up, nothing we can do. Ugh. Just like, no, there is. It's just a matter of how much time you want to spend, how fun, how interesting you think this last person's going to be, or if they're going to be too interesting and keep you there for an hour longer, because it's hard to get away from places. If you are a person who does get into talking mode, and you get into talking mode, with other talking mode people. Therefore, that other time, I went to, can't remember where it was, but it was something that was like on a Sunday and doesn't close till 4, and I got there at like 1:45, and I'm just like, what's going on? I feel like, I should be able to get in here, and this isn't how this goes. But of course, who am I to judge? Who doesn't love leaving work early? Everybody loves leaving work early. I'm not gonna be the one that thinks people should stay late. And it was like, none of this matters. None of this matters. It was probably the dollar store, and I was just getting nonsense art supplies that I wasn't even going to use that day anyway, so who cares? Because I don't know enough pets to fill all these packs. Try to round them up on our pat rounding backs. Because I sharpen a stick and I cut his neck. Put him up so all the other people can spectate pat heads sitting on a pack. It's not an afternoon delight for sure. For sure. All right, let's add some color. Let's add some color to this. Speaking of music and random songs, something I finally did do. I don't know. I mean, I know I heard it was awesome, but at the same time, like, are we supposed to watch this? Are we supposed to not watch this now because of Kevin Spacey? But man, oh man, Baby Driver is fantastic. I thought for sure, I'm just like, it's like a heist movie. I either think those are great, or I'm just immediately bored and I don't care because it's like, ooh, there's gonna be a twist that we can't possibly know because there's no evidence of it until it happens. Like, surprise, this other character exists. Okay. Thanks for including us in the movie watching, jerks. But Baby Driver, when I heard it was like it's basically like a heist musical, a car chase musical. I was like, that does sound pretty great. Like, good chunk of Flash Gordon is basically like a Queen musical that's just awesome, like just this crazy rock opera thing. And yeah, the Baby Driver, like the music is great. It's like the timing of everything is fantastic. And of course, like John Hamm is amazing. The kid that plays Baby Driver is amazing, and the story itself is just great. I was so surprised. I thought there was gonna be less story. I guess I was that was my other thing was like I thought it was gonna be like basically all music and you don't really hear what's going on. You just watch it. And I was like, I don't know if I have the patience for that, but it sounds like a great idea, but I don't know. But I was like, I'm kind of in the mood for that. But it's not that. But you basically you watch a lot of the movie through Baby Driver's perspective, or like listen to it basically. So he's always listening to music, and it's just really really well done. It's really clever, really funny, and the funniest part, funny in quotes, the creepiest, funniest, weirdest part is that everything the Kevin Spacey character says might as well be those are all the things that he was like accused of, aren't it? Isn't it? Because he's like, there's a kid, and then he's talking to this kid, and it's like, you owe me favors, you know, this is what you gotta do. Like, come on, kid, you're coming this way. And I'm like, this seems wildly inappropriate for Kevin Spacey to be saying these things. What with, you know, why he's not allowed to be in movies anymore. So that part made it A, creepier, B, super believable. So it came across, I don't know, in a way where it's like, okay, this is fine. And of course, like John Hamm, always amazing, always amazing. Who else? Even at the beginning, John Betanol, the Punisher. I'm pretty sure it's just because of The Walking Dead, and I just hated him because it's like, oh, you're kind of garbage. But it's probably just this character. But now every time I see him, I'm just like, you're garbage. Did a great job, but he was playing a bag of garbage. So, it's his bread and butter? I think it's his bread and butter. New marker bin. But I don't know. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna color it the same color as his hair. Cause I don't get you, man. Crap, Steve. If you are watching and learning along with what I'm doing, you just made a terrible mistake. You don't go putting a big dark brown on first when you've got to put a bunch of light colors on there. Oh, you crazy. Oh, you're all so crazy. So, it's just terrible mistakes. So let's find Steve face color. Let's go to our tester page. Nope. Maybe. Okay, let's go with these two. Oh, snap. Bringing it back. Hip hop. His name is Steve, and he's a block. If you mess with him, he'll give you a clock. The kind that's like a punch. If you got a hunch, it's gonna hurt. Your name is Bert. I'm looking for blue. I'm looking for blue. You'll do. And the other thing I watched, which was semi a recommendation from Pat 1,000 years ago. This is a recommendation complaint duration. First, we'll take a break with Powerade. Powerade, sorry. Powerade, it's got vitamins B3, B6, and B12, supposedly. I'd like to believe them. So, Patrick said, you know what you would love? The Kingsman. It's like super fun, James Bond, like, you know, it's just fun. It's a really fun espionage action type thing. I said, you know what? Everything I've seen of that movie does look like it would be one of my favorite movies. It's fun, and it's got the crazy over-the-top action where everybody should be dead within anything that they do. And on the weekend, I thought, all right, I'm just going to sit here working on some drawings, working on some stuff. Actually, mostly what I was doing when I did finally go after the market and get... I got a little folding stool to sit on at the market. And I usually go and look for, hey, some kind of bin to carry all my stuff that's a little more convenient than the bin that I have to carry all my stuff. And this particular day, I was like, oh, this one looks like it's the right size and it has wheels built in. So it looks a little bit bigger than the one I have, which is exactly what I need. I need like just a tiny bit more space in my bin. And I was like, this is it. I'm gonna get this. And then I spent like half a day, 3/4 of a day organizing a bin. There's not even that much stuff in there. I mean, now everything is in there. I got my shirts, I got my organizing rack thing. It all fits in one bin now instead of like 3 separate things. Pretty impressed with myself. Nothing anybody should be impressed with. But I don't know, days where I stay home and organize something are days where I feel very fulfilled. It's true though. So whilst doing that and or doing art stuff, I'm like, oh yeah. Baby Driver on the list and Kingsman. I gotta watch Kingsman. That's on Netflix. I have Netflix. Let's take advantage of it. So Netflix keeps saying, hey, you know what you want to watch? Kingsman, The Secret Circle, or The Golden Circle. Like, yeah, maybe. But first, let me watch the first one. I want to watch the first one. I know that the first one's definitely 100% better than the second one. Although the second one I'll probably still think is fun, but I don't know. It seems like even more silly than the first one. Let me see the first one first. Oh, Space Goaty. You gotta get a new bin. Yeah, you gotta go to the bin consortium. Rebin. Let's talk bins for 1 second. This one lady at the market, what she's got going on, she's got like a trolley, like one of those, like a full-blown hand cart with 4 wheels. And then she's got like the shelves, like those plastic shelves that you would get and throw in a closet. She's got a bunch of those stacked up. So she's got drawers where everything is in there and then still stack stuff on top of that. So some of those come off and they become display shelves and others just stay on there and they're just like where she keeps all the stuff. Ugh, so jealous, but none of my stuff would fit in any of those situations. But perhaps a bunch of glass bottles and, you know, your tiny things. But anyway, Digging through my Netflix. First of all, just fighting with Netflix because Netflix on my smart TV is all like, do you want picture with this? Or picture and sound? Or nothing? Because today we're just offering sound, and we're just going to put some gray bars, some vertical bars. We can also, if you want to stick around, if you want to restart 4 or 5 times, we can give you horizontal brown bars. But right now we're doing vertical gray bars with sound. Would you like to watch your movie like that? No, I don't. Why are you doing this to me? I'm just trying to sit and do chores and throw on Netflix and let the world binge, right? Everybody else just throws it on and just lets it go, right? Why do I have to wrestle with it? And I mean, the reason is, hey, because you bought a cheap discount TV. And yes, I know that's why. So, I say, like, that's fine, TV. Like, that's fine. I'll turn on the old PlayStation 3. I know we're at 4 now. I'll turn on the PlayStation. That's got Netflix on it. But you can't turn on a PlayStation, even an old PlayStation 3 that doesn't even really exist anymore, without going, hey, guess what? Got a riddle for you. I know you do, PlayStation. You always do, and the riddle is, do you want to do your update now? Or do you want to just turn off the PlayStation? Because those are your options. You can't do anything without doing the update, so do the update or burn this thing. Like, fine, do your updates, And then it's like, all right, cool. All right, this is all working now. Awesome. Well, what do you want to do? Well, now I just want to go watch something on YouTube, actually. Like, all right, cool. YouTube's on the PlayStation. Click over to YouTube. I dare you. What? Why'd you say it like that, PlayStation? Are you up to something? And the PlayStation's all like, it's always up to something. So then, of course, PlayStation's like, hey, your YouTube needs to be updated. Oh, does it? Does it? Of course it does. 5 minutes have passed, so of course you want to update YouTube too. But it won't update YouTube. It just won't update YouTube. It says it's going to update YouTube. It shuts everything down. It goes boop, boop, boop. And then comes back, and YouTube is still old. YouTube is still old, and I'm just like, all right, that's fine. That's fine. YouTube works on the TV, but not on the PlayStation. Netflix works on the PlayStation, but not on the TV. This is great. I'll just be one of these idiots with 15 remote controls and PlayStation controllers all over the table. That's fine. I'll just be one of those idiots. So, go back to Netflix. On the PlayStation, Netflix on the TV, it's loading, but it's not showing a picture. Netflix on the PlayStation is going, hey, here's your show. How much of it do you want to watch? Like, a quarter of it? Probably just like 10-minute chunks. Let's go with 10-minute chunks and see how you do with that. And I'm like, no, I just want to sit here and organize a bin and draw pictures without fighting with technology. I have a computer in the other room. I can just go sit in my office and watch TV on my computer. But no, I want to sit and watch it on TV like Katie Hunter Maple and Avocado Toast McGee. Can we do this? So it keeps doing that where it'll just be like, all right, I'm done. I'm trying to get to 99%, but I just can't get there. Can you restart this again? Fine. So I do that a couple times. Eventually, we get back to normal TV watching state. And yes, first world, white people, nonsense problems. No need to complain about these things. Should be thankful you have something to watch and you can afford a Netflix account that's your own. Like, okay, like check off all those win columns. Nothing to get upset about here. I'm all right. Ain't got to worry about me. Nobody's bringing me down. Finally get back to Netflix. Search through, not even typing in. I specifically got a keyboard for my PlayStation controller so that when I do have to resort to Netflixing or YouTubing, I can type it in instead of going around the thing A, R, B. And of course, I was trying to watch the Arby's movie. Oh, snaps. So, Netflix keeps saying, like, you want to watch The Golden Circle. You want to watch The Golden Circle. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the first one is just called The Kingsman. And yes, I do want to watch that. Now, if you've got part 2, obviously you have part 1, because it wouldn't be legal in the world to offer part 2 without 1. It wouldn't be legal in the world. So I typed in Kingsman all the way, right to the end. It shows me the Kingsman and the Golden Circle. It shows me some anime stuff. It shows me a bunch of things with the word king in it. And it shows me 300 other things that do not have the word king in it in any way, shape, or form. Just as part 2. Just as part 2. I spent, I'm going to say, too many minutes. Too many minutes of my life trying to decide if I should go on Instagram, go to the Instagram stories, take a picture of anything, and type, it should be illegal to offer only one part of a sequel or trilogy movie franchise. It should be illegal, and it just should be punished. And the more I said the word illegal and punished in my head, the more I was just like, don't be one of these jerks that spend your whole day complaining about things that don't need to be complained about on the internet. Go enjoy the internet instead. You got a whole internet full of things. Do that. Like, you're right, brain. You're right. Let's do this, left brain. And I'm like, fine. I'm sure I could go through other internet means and I could find part 1 and watch it. But I'm organizing bins and drawing pictures, so I don't want to do that. So, other than, I don't know, 45 seconds into the... No, there's an action sequence. Let's say 2 minutes into the movie, they show you the end of the first movie. So like, Samuel L. Jackson was in the first movie. That looks amazing. Well, I know how that ends now. I know how that ends, but I still do want to watch it. It still looks pretty great. And maybe the way to see it is to watch the second one first, because I thought it was awesome. It was funny, it was clever. The action was over the top. Like I said, everybody should die. The robots were a little bit like, robots? I don't know about these robots. They're fun robots. They're a great design, but they're very CG. Like, they were very CG. But my Milo button doesn't work. See if I can. Oh, hey. But it was Susan Sarandon. It was the Susan Sarandon robots. You can't believe that Susan Sarandon can't get those robots. I honestly believe that she brought her own robots, because everything that Miss Sarandon does is the most believable thing in the world. Also, I think I might mean Julianne Moore. And by meeting Julianne Moore, both of them, A-class, expert McGee on all the things. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Julianne Moore is the best. Susan Sarandon, even better. Cannot remember which one it was. I'm terrible at actor names sometimes. But yeah, I felt like everybody did such an awesome job at their characters. And the weird CG fighty stuff, like, still fun. Super odd that, a living thing could go through a meat grinder, wood chipper type sequence and it not be a horrific mess, but also kind of glad it wasn't a horrific mess. Like, oh yeah, this is the enjoyable version of watching somebody get torn up in a meat grinder. It was Julianne Moore, they're telling me over the headset. Julianne Moore, Patty Prue in the Patty Proof room is proofing Julianne Moore. I knew that. I got there eventually. I'm a redhead racist apparently. Let's just doing some leg work out here. So yeah, everything was fun. Most of the weapons and weird gadgets, dumb, super dumb, but in the funnest way. I do like to think that all the American stuff was a joke, like on the Americans, by the British people making the movie, where it's like, hey, it's baseballs and booze and stuff, and not all nice and refined like we clearly established in the first movie, which I didn't see. So good. I assume is the first movie. But I thought of a thing. When I was getting my hair cut, and the golden circle thing reminded me of it. Not the golden circle thing, but the going on the internet to just write a complaint, because I think I have a funny version of this complaint, but it's like, nah, I'd rather just get my Netflix working and watch stuff and organize bins. Color's underwear the same color as his eyes. You know, my underwear usually matches my eyes. Don't worry about it. So while discussing all of the world during my haircut, which turned out great, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, sweet angel. I knew that you would like it. You like everything. We were talking about doing things out of spite and how that's kind of the best fuel to do things a lot of the time. Just, hey, that's a dumb idea. You shouldn't do that. Well, guess what? Guess what I'm doing? That thing. Why? To spite you. That's right. Hey, nose. Let's get spiting. So, I'm complaining about Facebook, as I occasionally do in the real world, how I'm like, yeah, Facebook, blah. I'm not getting sucked into people's weird vague booking of just like, hey, I'm feeling quite tumultuous about a very important situation right now. Oh, it's very volatile and quite dramatic. Oh, wouldn't you like to know what it is? ... Like, I see the bait. I see the bait. I've been fishing, and I always feel bad. I always felt bad, like, for catching any of the fish that I ever caught. I mean, I say that as if I've caught tons of fish. The 2 fish that I've caught in my entire life, I feel bad about those because I lured them in with a thing that they like, and then I murdered them. And that's what Facebook is. Like, hey, you like having weird conversations about weird stuff or solving mysteries? Like, yeah, of course I do. I'm alive. We've got a whole slew of it here, but at the end of most of these mysteries, it's usually not very fun or interesting. It's just a bunch of sad nonsense or complaints about your coffee. And once I got to that part where I say the internet's just complaints about Tim Hortons coffee nowadays. Ooh. Sorry, trying to react and reorganize piles of stuff at the same time. So once I got to the part where I say, and everyone's just on there complaining about how they miss their coffee, they need their coffee's been messed up. Oh, my coffee. Like, it's just all coffee all the time, coffee book. Like, it's just coffee book. I don't care. So, the only thing I know about coffee book in the last 2 weeks or week, not really sure how long, is that everyone's wicked upset that Tim Hortons has changed their cups. Nobody chime in. Don't care. So the cup lid is now like a little bit higher than it was. I'm sure there's some sort of weird reason that makes it ergonomically correct, keeps people from getting burned more, something, corporate reasons. There always is. So either way, don't care. I don't care. I've already gone through the, oh, hey, Subway, I'm just going to put this paper straw in here and then drink through a paper straw. I'm glad the Earth will live a little longer, I guess. I feel like I'm just eating paper, wet paper, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I guess I should go to the internet and write about how I hate paper straws. But I don't, because that's insane. Even more so, I'll be like, hey, I'm just going to sit here and eat my Subway here. I'm not going to get a top or a straw. I'm going to drink it out of a cup like a normal human being. It's weird, though, because, there's still like paper cups where you're like, that top provides a certain amount of structural integrity. So, and then there's a hole, and I'm like, well, it's really only meant for a straw, and there's no win. But yeah, a few times I've just been like, I'm gonna try this. The sign says like, hey, why not try drinking without a top or straw? And I'm like, Spite tells me no. But here's how spite math works. Spite is not usually, or does not have to be directed at a certain thing at all times. If a sign is basically saying, hey, everyone else is using a lid and a straw, I'm just suggesting a different way. I know that everyone's going to ignore me. I'm just a sign. Feel free to hate me. And I go, not today, sign. Not today. I will see this sign, you little ace of base, and I'll spite everyone else, right? So like you spite the majority more than the minority. So if one brave little toaster steps up and says, "Hey, can you care a little bit? Can you care a little bit?" I'm not gonna go, "No, you're stupid," little one little toaster sign. I'll go, yeah, I'll spite all these people. Just by not using a straw and lid, I can spite all of these people. There's gonna be 4 old people going, huh? Yeah, right. Paper straw. Yes. I will join you, little brave little sign. I'll drink out of this gross paper straw just to help spite these people, and it's fun. Meanwhile, over at Booster Juice that I love, they've got biodegradable straws that are still feel like straws, and I love it. I just love it. Maybe it's probably a lie. They're probably the thickest, most plastified straws in existence. But man, oh man. Sadly, I am an at-home straw person. I am. It's all my fault. I am a turtle murderer. As somebody who's been trying to just see turtles in the wild for my whole life, and I still haven't. I mean, karmically speaking, why would I see them? All the ones that I was meant to see, I've probably killed by using so many straws. I find it real hard to drink a straw. Excuse me. Should have brought some Kleenex in here. Cold's pretty much gone, except, it's gone. Except if I talk for an hour straight, all the pressure builds back up in my head again. What should we put in them? Oh, I know. Okay, we'll go blue steel and green. Excuse me. As always, You got off track again? Did you get wicked off track? It seems like you got super off track. I feel like you were going to say something about the cups, and you started talking about straws for about 6 hours. You're real good at this. You're super good at this. Yeah. So anyway, well, getting my hair cut, talking to the ladies, and I got to that point where I'm like, everybody in their cup controversy. And I say, well, everyone was so upset about their cups. And then I just saw a post like today or yesterday where everybody's posting, oh, you can just push it back down. Like, it comes like this, but you can just push it down and it just becomes as flat as an old cup. Now, I have not touched the new cups. I have no physical connection to the new cups. I don't know their structural integrity. I have zero to base this on other than some coffee people posting, hey, you can just pop it down and it pops up, pops down. It's the poppable top like a Pringles can. It's all good. So the lady I was telling that to was like, well, I have to have my my coffee. I'm one of these coffee people. Like, yeah, of course you are. Everybody is. I'm the only one that's not. Sexy Minecraft Steve. Hey, Rachu TD. Dun, 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 dun. So she says, yeah, I saw that. And I tried it. But she says, and I tried it in that way where it's like, Admiral Akbar. And I'm like, Admiral Akbar? They're like, yeah, Admiral Akbar. But they aren't as quite as nerdy as me, so they didn't say Admiral Akbar. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Talking about traps. Talking about traps. Gotta watch them traps. Get full of craps when you fall for traps. Turns out if you do push down the top of a Tim Hortons cup, that's a coffee cup for anybody who's outside of Canada. I think there's Tim Hortons everywhere now anyway. The top doesn't pop down. It just breaks your cup and you pour hot coffee on yourself. So I laughed, and I laughed, and I laughed. Very, very mean laugh, very sarcastic laugh, very judgmental laugh. Not a laugh that's meant for friends, for sure, or a laugh that's only for good friends and stranger. You definitely don't go, yeah, oh, that's awesome. It was a trap? You got a hot coffee? Like, it just made a hot coffee mess? Like, it was just a coffee bomb? And she was like, yeah. And thankfully, she's from Cape Breton too, so we speak the same language. We both, deep down, are monsters that really do want to pull these weird pranks, but I just don't have it in me. But I come up with all kinds of super bad, terrible ideas like that. Don't do any of them. I never do any of them. Occasionally we'll go on the internet and suggest, hey, here's a fun idea. Do this. So that's when we started talking about spite and doing things out of spite. I'm just like, yes. I was like, are you kidding me? Oh, wow. And I'm like, sorry you got coffee on yourself, but man, like, that's amazing. Like, just because, again, like, the bane of my internet existence is, what's up with coffee today? Like, oh my God. The same thing that was up with it yesterday, I'm guessing. Like, you guys still aren't used to this? You aren't used to your own coffee needs? It's gonna happen tomorrow. Just I don't have a fridge full of popsicles right now because I ran out of popsicles. I have a fridge full of popsicles so I don't run out of popsicles. So I'm always ready to have popsicles. Right? And they're not even real popsicles. They're the popsicles that are like made of mashed up fruit. So they're practically the popsicle that eats like a meal. Trying to do good things. So good things happen. My name is Earl. Look for my blue watercolor pencil. So the only problem with this new marker bin is the old way everything was all horizontal and I can see it, and this way is more like a childhood toy box where you gotta dig until you can get to your He-Mans. Moss Man? You down there, Moss Man? Go big boss man. Alright, there it is. Blue. It's a little dark blue, but who cares? Who cares anyway? So, we were both on the same page of like, yes, like that's awesome. A meme that gets people to smash their coffee into their own hands. Like, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. This is great. And she was like, yeah, like they got me. Awesome. Like, I deserved it for holding that cup in my hand and thinking this is definitely going to work, because you know it definitely isn't going to work when you feel that cup. Like, that's even better, even better. I love it, love it. You're my new best friend. I love this. I'm just wallowing in this the decadence of this nonsense. Whatever. We don't need that marker anymore. So. In the world of spice, she says, blah, 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 boyfriend stuff. And I'm like, yeah, cool. I already hate your boyfriend. I'm sure he's mostly a nice person, but you've already told me enough that I'm just like, yeah. Dump him. But no, she says like, so my boyfriend's a hunter. And I'm like, all right, cool. Of course he is. You live around here. Everyone is a hunter. Except for me and 5 other people. So for Halloween, she's like, I like making my own costumes, doing stuff like that. Like, this is amazing. I think mostly we started with that, like costumes, making things, conventions, etc. And she's like, so I wanna make this like deer costume. So in my head, I think we might have been talking about sexy dinosaurs and stuff like that. So I thought, I naturally assumed like, Probably a sexy deer costume. It's probably something simple, little nose, little antlers, and a little brown dress or something. I don't know. But sounds like she's making like a deer costume, like something that looks like a deer. But either way, still looks like her because she's a person. Is going to be dressed like the deer. And she says that her boyfriend says, you can't dress like a deer for Halloween. I'm a hunter. If you dress like a deer and I see you as a deer, I won't be able to hunt deer anymore. Like that will ruin deer for me. And she can barely get that out. And I'm just like, I don't care if you ruin this haircut. I'm like, physically rooting for spite now. Like, that's awesome. Do it. She's like, I am doing it. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna cheer you on even more so. Like, do it. This is great. This is like a Halloween costume with a cause. I'm loving this. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Do it. Like, deer meat looks gross. Also, when I was walking around later on, I think I like saw some deer or whatever. Like, there's always deer just roaming through the streets here. And I had this weird monologue in my head of just like, when people say like, oh, like deer meat. No, you got to try this deer meat. Like, no, it's the best meat. Like, no, you can taste... Because it's like, free, like full free range meat. It's not like, gamey or whatever because of, cows that just stand there waiting to get killed. Like, these deer you can taste. And then in my head, I'm sure there's got to be some comedian that's already done this that I'm paraphrasing, stealing from. Or just anybody who's just said this in general. What? You looked up. That's freedom. I'm pretty sure that's like that's the taste of freedom. Like, that's literally like, oh, it tastes so good because it had a chance to like run around and it's living its life, and then for no reason other than, no, this meat's real good, you shot this thing in the face, or I believe in the neck or shoulder, wherever you shoot it, so it bleeds out real quick and doesn't ruin the meat. But that's the taste of freedom. Like, that thing you're always fighting for. Like, murdered me up some freedom. So she says, this is what she said. Where's your brush? Whoa. No, everything's fine. She's like, no. Not only am I gonna do a deer costume, she's like, I'm gonna make it even worse for him because I'm gonna make it like I've been shot in the head. Like, so it's the deer, but it's also me that's been shot in the head. Like, you guys are super in love forever for sure. This is gonna work out great. Hopefully you both aren't watching this on a 55-inch TV now. I don't know if I gave you a postcard recently, so that you could hear me talk about you. But all I could think is like, don't. If you are in a relationship, try not to have constant revenge plots or whatever. Like, I mean, these are terrible examples, and we know why, because the people in these shows are still terrible people. But like old Roseanne episodes, the old Halloween Roseanne episodes, were just like, what is wrong with these people? Everything about this is just the Dark Knight Joker level psychosis where they're trying to break each other. Like, if this was me with my friends and family, which my family does do some weird things. When we get closer to Halloween, we'll talk once again about the gun and the chain fight in the kitchen or whatever, you know, for Halloween fun. But there's lots of people just in relationships that are just like, well, what do you do? Like, we try to break each other. Like, they're into this, so I'm going to make them not into this anymore because of love. Like, that's weird. That's weird. But I still, of course, cheered on the spice, and she was like, yeah, spite. I'm also like that. I'm also fueled by spite. Like, great. Well, then you probably shouldn't be in a relationship that you feel spiteful over. I didn't say that part out loud. But I did record it and put it on the internet. Huh? I'm good at life. I'm super good at life. Arrgh. Ooh, okay. Almost countdown time. Get a little bit more. I think I can hear just the water dripping through the pipes, but kind of sounds like something leaking, but it's not, so. Excuse me. Excuse me. When I did finally finish organizing all my bins and watching my shows, something. Oh yes, one of the things that I worked on was this like Fight Club Mystery Incorporated series, which is on my Instagram now, just a few posts back. It's in the other room. I could easily go grab it, but I thought it was a fun little idea. But I've got like Daphne, Velma, Freddy, Scooby, and Shaggy, partially taken from pictures from Fight Club, some just from Sean the Shooter on Instagram, as I often steal, where I also just stole this body from today. Well, zoom this out a little bit. There we go. Minecraft Steve chilling in his underwear. Minecraft Steve digging way down under there. Minecraft Steve. He's got a Minecraft steez. Making mines with ease. Crafting Creepers and cheese. Creepers and cheese. So, we did this. That's what I was going to do. I want to get letter cards so that we can do vowels and consonants just like Rachel Riley and Countdown instead of using my randomizer over here. So, first of all, if you're new, let's play Countdown. And I think I have to press it again to turn it off. So like I said, if you're new, here's what we do. I reach in here for a random slice of paper. And on this slice of paper, I will write 9 letters, some vowels and some consonants. Then I will press another button and a clock will come up. And on that clock, you'll have 30 seconds. When the 30 seconds runs out, you then, that's not going to write on there. Let's flip this over. You pick one word and one word only. The longest word is the winner. Patty Prue is writing on the back of a Rogers bill over there, so that is cool. You know what I did forget? I've got Milo, and Milo's like, hey, I'm right here. What did you want? I wasn't quite paying attention. Is this about me? Is it time for me to play Marioth? I'm going to play the Marioth now. No, you're not playing Marioth right now. That's not what this is about. But I got Milo here. All right, that's enough. Thanks, Rips. I got Ripley over there, but I totally forgot. I started to segue into this like 1,000 years ago. Where is my Sharpie? Anyway, maybe next week. Who cares? Let's pick some letters and get this going. We're not even going to pretend that I'm over here, hanging out on this friend set that I've assembled in the corner of the room. I'm here. I've got my magic ball. I'm spinning it. I'm full of magic and wonder. All of the things that you enjoy, Sarah. Sarah, are you paying attention, Sarah? I mean, I hate him. You hate him. You hate everything. But I gotta give him a place. I gotta give him a place, and I don't know. He's got Monica's coffee table. How do you say no to somebody who shows up with Monica's coffee table? That's Major Penguin. Scrum Control to Major Penguin, etc. Anyway, random letter generator. So we're going to start with R. Meow. G. Nope. K. S. Oh, there's a vowel. O. Let's try to get some more vowels. U. Another vowel? Another vowel sounds pretty good. Anytime. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. Oh, there's a vowel for you. Oh, there's a word. Let's go another consonant. And what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last letter. And then I'm going to hit the clock. That's 30 seconds. T. Oh. T. And then, clock. 30 seconds to make a word. Can you make a word that's not absurd? It can be silly, but not a name like Lee. Or a place, just any other word. cheese curd, avocado shake has a word. Oh wow, that's a long word. And clock is off. That's an 8. Thanks for not making me count that, avocado shakes. Avocado shakes got an 8. 8's the one to beat. I think that might be one of the highest we've had. And she had that like half a clock in. I realize there's some delay. So Nellie's got a 7. Very impressive. Chipmunk's got a 4. Those chipmunks are the dumbest. Space Goonie's got a 7. And Pat's got a 6. Let's nobody else is there. Let's see those numbers and or the letters. Let's see your words and I'll tell you how avocado shake has beaten you. So sour is the word that I saw. I'm always just as smart as the chipmunks, of course. And musters, ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one for sure. And rogues, gotta enjoy rogues. Pat Prue, it's a good word. Real good word. Is it as good as avocado souffle? No, it's not as good. Mouser, also classic. And a good Turtles reference. And avocado shakes had gourmet. I'd spell it for you now, but I know I'd spell it wrong. Gourmet. That sounds about right. Gourmet. So today, the winner with write-in vote outside of the normal chat is with an S, Gourmets. Nice. That's a 9. But it was after the clock. Sorry. I think I can throw this. Oh, I remember this. And more reference to who the creeper is. That's what the creeper from the comics looks like. But also what avocado shakes looks like. Come on now. Somebody focus. Camera, focus. There it is. Jim. Lots of Instagrams. How do I make this go away? Wingardium Leviosa. Expelliarmus. There we go. So, yeah, a total win. Wait, how does that? No, that can't be a 9. Where does the K fit? Okay, yeah, that's still an 8. Exclamation point doesn't count. It is 8. Sorry, I miscounted. Anyway, it's late, and I'm not good at counting things. That's what I wanted to talk about. Whew. Oh, for some reason I thought on the screen with the color being the same, I thought it said obliviate. Obliviate. So, forgot there was a Catwoman I was trying to work on. I think while I was eating supper somewhere the other day. But they were too quick. So I never finished it. I'll finish that later. Anyway, today we've got Squarehead Steve in his underwear. And what was it? Oh yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to say. So Nelly, along with everybody, like almost nobody I've met in this town hasn't said, "Hey, there's D&D at the library." Like, okay, yes, everybody has told me about D&D at the library. Like, you should be at the D&D at the library. I've never played D&D before. Like, you should go play D&D at the library. So today Nelly was like, yeah, like you should come to D&D, and I'm like, all right, I can't do two things in one day. Like that's very hard for me already. So it's already like work and then maybe another thing, which is this. But I think next week I'm gonna go check out D&D before the stream, and we'll talk about that. I'm both wildly curious to see some D&D close up and or get involved for an hour or whatever it is, and just as wildly terrified with how I would be treated in a game of D&D, because I'm a crazy person and I know that whatever I say and think is it's just I don't know. I just can't picture a dungeon master being like, yeah, no, you're going into the spite column, and I'm going to spite you to death because you refuse to play normal D&D. But I don't know what normal D&D is. I only know what my version of this character would be. I know that no matter what character I create, he is either just going to be, hey, Thob, what magic do I got? Do I have magic or do I have a knife? Can I just throw a knife at it? Throw a knife at it. How somebody roll a dice? Do I roll? Do you roll? Somebody roll a dice, and I'm gonna say throw a knife at it. Do I have a knife? I don't have a knife. Can I control plants? I'd like to control plants now. I can't control plants. I do not know what's going on. Please, I would like to roll a 20. My character is going to try and roll a 20. Let's roll for that, please. Magic knife. I've heard the word magic missile 1,000 times, and it infuriates me. And so it's either that, or maybe it's going to be me. But me playing a game like that, just 100% Curtis is... Hope this isn't like that time I tried to play poker, and I'm just like, that's cool. Yeah, I put in $10. Here are my cards. Anybody? Just beat me. Make this stop. So the other option is if I play, then it's just like, roll in the fire. Just roll in the fire, and hopefully, and then odds are like, ooh, you rolled a 20. You put out the fire with your body, and you earn more health points. Like, no, I just wanted to just lay in the fire motionless until dead. How do I roll for that? And then I'm going to get out of here because this is insane. This is too much for me to ingest. Or it's too slow for my improvisational spirit. Either way, if I fall into the Sarlacc pit, or if I become king of the dungeon, whatever happens, it will be an epic tale from my perspective on any way, shape, or form. And of course, the other character is obviously, oh, what if I play? I'll roll the dice. I control the dice with my magic and time-traveling powers. My science as well. Science! Oh, it's like I've lived a life. I'll give you 13 hours to solve my dungeon. And in that 13 hours, if you run out of time, then I will give you another hour, and then we'll have a speech about how things aren't fair. I'll walk upside down. I'm not afraid of the upside down at all. I live it. I live in the shadows. All of the things. I am every evil, but also good. Look at my pants. They are quite wondrous. All right, calm down over there. So those are the options of what will happen. But mostly, I fall into the weird David Bowie voice and start calling everyone Sarah, and that's fun for me. Anyway, so that's my plan. Mark it on Saturday. Stop by, buy some weird stuff. Hopefully find some time to do some Nintendoing with Milo again. Now that I've built up a bunch of characters, I got a bunch of things here. Like I said, Ripley, we need to do some transitions and whatnot. But for the most part, it's a pretty solid show. We got multiple cameras and camera angles And I think I've been doing this long enough that, yep, the camera's falling into the sink. That's fine. That's fine. We're pretty much done anyway. But obsessive compulsive needs dictate that I click this 5 times. Excuse me. And you get it all synced up. You get it all synced up. But this is what we do. We play some games. I make up some weird songs, and I tell you about what I've done this week. And then I convince you to try and buy some stuff. Books and t-shirts, most of them dinosaur themes, poetry, etc. It's all here and within your means. Just go to the website that's on your screen, and I do what I can. I don't try to be mean, but mostly it's spite, and this pipe is green. They're not good rhymes. I just came up with them now. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. Oh, Ripples. Hey, sweet angel. Yeah, I think we're done. If you want to hit the credits. Did you do a new credits scene? Did you fix the credits? No? Because that looks like you don't have new credits. You're just... Okay. Yeah, that's great. Okay, good night, everybody. See you next Tuesday at 8:30. Or whatever time it is in your respective time zone. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and having some fun. I'll try to take some more time here and there to make sure all of the Ripleys and the Milos are the same. In the intro and the outro, etc. Got new designs. I still need to get into the store, order some new stuff for the market, but that's it for tonight. It's late. I've left my leg tucked under myself for the past 2 hours, and now I feel like my knee is going to stop working forever. But that's okay, we've got an explosive piano chord. But then it fades out until you're bored. Good night, everybody. This has been your broadcast.